And in the studio, we welcome Senior Constable Tony Moore from the New Zealand Police. G'day, Tony. How are you?
G'day, Steph. I'm very good, thank you.
Now, are you working this weekend?
No, I've got a long weekend, so very
Nice.
happy with that. So, yes, I'm heading down south with the family.
That'll be wonderful. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, as John would say, if we can look at the news and what we call the news and weather.
Absolutely. So, we had a impact wrench was stolen from a garage in Brighton Street in Amberley on Saturday. We had a courier parcel was stolen off the porch at an address in Ranfurly Street in Kaiapoi. That was on Tuesday during the day. So that's just a reminder to people. Signature required is probably a good thing if you can order that with your courier parcels. But otherwise, just be mindful that there are people out there in the community that are looking to steal particularly vulnerable parcels like that. So
yeah. Maybe you could put on the thing at the bottom. I think sometimes they have space. Leave it at the back gate or something.
Correct.
Like that.
Yeah. So or out of view or something similar. But but if anyone sees anyone suspicious activity around the courier vans, i.e. someone following, etc., then please, that's a 111 call and try and get the number plate of the vehicle, etc. So it is an ongoing issue and also, once again, around the mailboxes in the rural areas as well. So it's just, asking people to be vigilant and try and take, what extra steps they can. We had some burglars were disturbed at a Kennedy's Hill Road building site on Monday night. Now, fortunately, a member of the public saw that vehicle and recorded the reg number. So as a result of that, we're now following, as we would say, strong lines of inquiry.
Great. Yep.
So that's great, and that just shows how important it is for people to record number plates if they see something that doesn't look right. Then generally they're on the money. So
from a safe distance too.
Absolutely. No, that was fantastic work. Really, really pleased with that. We had a Gallagher solar-powered electric fence unit was stolen from a paddock on Depot Road in Oxford. And that was sometime over the last week, and they were another vulnerable target. We've had a number of those stolen, and it seems to be an annual event. So, perhaps if people could think if they are, putting a unit out is to engrave it to make it harder to sell, I suppose, or if they can disguise it some way so it's not quite so obvious, would be a good prevention measure there. And as we mentioned, coming into the long weekend. So
what are some things that we need to be aware of? Say we're going away. What are some just reminders that we should be looking at?
Well, first and foremost, I'll probably say is make sure that your house is secure and you've got someone is aware that you're away and they're keeping an eye on the place. That would be a great idea. Now, also the roads are going to be busy this weekend, particularly State Highway 7 up to Hamner, because as we heard on the news, great news, Hamner is going to be full this weekend. So there will be a lot of traffic, and people just need to be really patient and just allow it a little bit of extra time. The traffic's not going to be flowing fast. So just bear that in mind and just chill out, enjoy the ride.
Pull over and support a local cafe.
Yep, absolutely. So just be prepared to take your time on the roads. Obviously the speed, alcohol and restraints, they're still our focus, and whenever the society comes out of a big event, i.e. with the earthquakes in Canterbury that we had, people tend to take their focus off safe driving habits. And we're in that position now. So the road rules are being enforced, and we do ask people to be mindful of the speed, wearing restraints, don't drink and drive, and those things, because we'll also have the speed cameras will be out, and I know some people are keen to know where those speed cameras are, but no, they will be out and about, and just keeping an eye on that as well. And that flows on to the next point is what's a road. Now, we've had some complaints of people driving on the beaches in the area, and there are certain access points to the beaches, and just a reminder to people that the beaches are a road and all of the rules apply. Okay. So vehicles, speeds, etc., and driving manner, behaviour, intoxication, all of those things
Where
apply.
do we find where the speed limit is? Is it signposted as you're entering the beach, do you know?
That's a good question. There's usually good signage, but we would just remind people that safe driving
treat it
habits
like
is the best.
Like a 50k sort of situation, I would imagine.
Yep, that's exactly right. So just as long as everyone's out there being safe and just enjoy the long weekend
and having fun, it's going to be really good. I noticed an increase in the traffic last weekend as well too, along State Highway 1 north and south. And another reminder, which I found when I hopped in my car, and of course the stuff was falling from the sky, was I need a new window wipers.
Yes, those little things that you don't realise you need them until it's the time. So you go over the car, make sure that it is safe. You've got good tyres and that kind of thing as well is always a good plan.
Wonderful, and it's nice to see you back in the studio. And we're
good
looking
to be
forward
back.
It's really nice to have you sitting here. It's so much easier, really, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
yes.
That's wonderful. That's Senior Constable Tony Moore from the New Zealand Police, and we'll catch you back next week.